In your gap year between school and university, you taught English in India, I believe. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, very much. I think the age range went from a 6-year-old to a 47-year-old. So it was quite hard to structure lessons that suited ability. It was also a struggle to impart information without giving an equivalence in their language. But I did a teaching English as a foreign language course, TEFL for short, which stood me in good stead for a few tactics and a few techniques as to how to illustrate a point, how to impart information, how to structure a lesson, how to incentivize a student, how to create a personal link with the subject and yourself as well as your students.
Do you think you were a good teacher?
I don't know how much better their language skills became, but the open cultural exchange of ideas, of experiences, even though I was only 19, was, I think, very interesting for them. And as you can imagine, for me, my mind was blown wide open, and I felt it was an unfair exchange. I felt I learnt more as a teacher than they learnt as a student, but it was an amazing experience.
Did you ever think of becoming a teacher?
No, not at all. It didn't make that a passion. It made me really respect and admire and feel apologetic towards the teachers that maybe I gave a hard time to or didn't respect for what they were giving me. And I became very grateful for my education, trying to do the role of an educator.
So did you always want to be an actor?
I think I did, yes. Both my parents are actors. I grew up in a culture and society, a demographic of live performers, actors, singers, dancers, and it was normalized very early on. And I think at school I had a little I was eager to try and do what I knew, and that was very much acting. I was very, very fortunate in that regard, and acted a lot during school, a lot during university, and then did a year at LAMDA. And I started my professional career about 6 months after I graduated LAMDA.
What was your first big role?
The first big role is the first role, really. But for me, I think the biggest first job was getting cast as the King of Navarre in Love's Labour's Lost and Demetrius in A Midsummer Night's Dream in that season of plays at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre. And I just remember so clearly getting the roles. I remember so clearly cycling to rehearsals in spring weather, because obviously being an outdoor season, it only happens in the late spring and summer. It was my first chance to prove myself and also prove people's faith in me from an audition process.